What is up, Solari Capital? Come with me to trade this exotic model on Bitcoin. So, what we've been having is a Wyckoff Model 1 reaccumulation after this break of structure. Right here. Now, where are we contextually? We're in a bigger LPSY, I think 3. Yeah. PSY, buying climax. Up thrust in phase B, switch to phase C. UTAD, test, nuke it. Set up the high time frame model. PSY and BC are a local model. That local model broke structured. Volume check. Exhaustion of the offer, buying climax. See, guys, how volume is just steadily decreased through this area, showing that there is no more buyers at this area. They were able to put in this whole model on low volume. So what that can tell you is that there wasn't too much competition. Buyers were exhausted and they were able to put in the model and nuke it back down, breaking pretty high time frame structure. Probably some sort of fractal BOS. Highest time frame broken pretty heavily at the 5-day. Do we like that? I feel like this is the fractal. Keep it off for now. Actually, no. I think it needs to be on. It just needs to be just normal. Okay. And this becomes our level 2. Guys, this is just a stream of consciousness video from me to you. Close tap model 1. My least favorite model 1 currently. But it works here. 2-day gets broken back after, not to mention a super, super nice AR accumulation. That was such an amazing trade. I'd recommend backtesting that one if you haven't. Super nice. I don't even want to draw anything for it, but we can draw our higher time frame range. So here we have our higher time frame range. Pull a volume profile. Doesn't want to pull on the 2-day. That's okay. I'm sure it'll pull on some lower time frames. We are back in time. So if we're dissecting the model, let's continue to build it. This marks the end of phase B. This whole area is the cause is built. Okay. Not sure about the music switch up. We're going to roll with it. Small test. Bang. I would deem this the first LPSY right here. Study, I like 3 LPSYs. If I'm having 4, I think we're probably having a minor UTAD with a test, most likely could happen. That's what just happened on Bitcoin recently. And we're having a bigger, in macro ranges, they like to have bigger LPSY 3s. Need to build more of a cause to fully get it down to the low. Giving time probably for people that got in on this accumulation even to get out and position short if they still had longs open at the time, you know, expecting potentially higher. Now let's get into this absolute masterpiece of price action right here, guys. Whoever is crafting this, I would love to meet them in real life, unless they're not human, even still. So, Model 1 accumulation, reaccumulation, excuse me, downtrending from this low. We get that break of structure back to bullish. Wyckoff Model 2 distribution right here that flows over into a Wyckoff Model 1 reaccumulation, leaving this as a protected low. Moving up with a return to zone, nuke it back down. Range deviation, inverse fair value gap. Entry was interesting. Doesn't retest the IFEG, leaves supply and big areas of supply. Comes back down. IFEG. Gotta go manual on the music. I'm not sure if you guys can hear it though. You know what? I have an idea. Apologies, this is just a raw video. Okay, we'll keep this for now. All right. IFEG created on the move. Let's start the story from here. I have a private video on the previous. Nice demand POI. Now we know since we broke structure right here, if you've seen the previous private video, you'll know that our structure is looking like this. It broke back to bullish, like I said, but now it's just broken back to bearish. So we could be looking for something like this. Knowing that, we can pull back, and we have this really nice demand POI. This inverse fair value gap POI right here. Gonna play another candle. Want to see it close above. Take that close. Run to this POI 2R. Okay, fully out of that trade. Inverse fair value gap entry. Now let's see what happens. We have a range form, so I've already pulled a range here. Internal range. My bad, guys. We got to get our psychology of this moment. Okay. We have a range that we haven't deviated. Now, what do we have? We have the LPSY, POIs here. 4. Okay, let's talk about it. Cat is out of the bag. Here is a new model. So I'm not sure what we're going to call it yet, but this is a new model I'm debuting. If you haven't seen it, maybe some of you have seen it. But it's a Model 2 where it's a 2-tap SW2 that takes the low, breaks structure, and then pulls back. This, we're believing, is potentially a higher probability model. Given that we broke structure and that market structure that I drew, that market structure pull that I drew at the start would be coming true. So we can be looking for LPSY shorts. Just wanted to say that we're looking for a different type of Wyckoff Model 2 here. So let's see what type of entry. Okay, let's stop it here. Guys, how many times have I done that? I just want to hear. You'd be like, oh, price is blasting up. Okay, let's see. We know just because it blasts up can be manipulation. Maybe let's check some sessions. London, wow. IFVG POI here. 2-minute inversion. See another candle. Take it there. Stop above Bojan high. $10R to the low. This is what our chart looks like now. Range into compression, spanned up, potential first move, fake move. Just entered a IFVG 2-minute inversion trade. It could be interesting. Next for value gap here. Could see if there was a more conservative, but you know, I think it's pretty respectable. Crazy Bojan high on the 2. Let it fly. Okay, let's watch if we invert this POI though. Like if we invert this POI, then that probably wouldn't be good. So we'll kind of just monitor. Okay. Invert this POI now. We'll see if we use it as support. I wonder what something like this would look like. Not going to take this, but a little extra trade. A little 4R there. Wouldn't have got it. Absolutely smashed target. Close below, break structure. Main. Okay, break main market structure there on the 5. Let's see the time frame. 10. 15. 30. 45. Hourly. Okay, sorry that took a long time, but you know, normally price action be slow, or like right now I guess it'd be pretty fast, but not really any rim C potentials. Maybe potentially this is an inversion. So I wonder how shorts here would play. Not gonna take this, but just curiosity. Okay, you would have got stopped. Maybe you needed like a bigger stop loss. Yo, DXR method, cover 50. Syringe? Yeah. Cover 50% of the wick. 50% of the, okay, so the EQ of this range, cover that. So that's the wick of the fair value gap. Cover that with your stop loss. Still in the trade. Smash target. Okay, we might be DXRing it with the stop loss for these inversions and also potentially hobs. You know, probably there was a hob here. That was that first trade off a hob right there. Partial though. Okay, yeah, a little EQ trick there maybe. I like that. Kind of just get another 1.5 R just for fun. So we also hit our 10R up here, but probably only taking like 50%. Probably like 50% though. At least where I'm at right now. This would be best on the 30. So almost taking out that low. Definitely would have had another take profit right here. So here's our price action when it's all said and done. And we take an inverse fair value gap trade on a compression into an SW2 2.0. Potentially that's what this model can be. So it gets an SW2 that goes into a 2.0. It's when you put in that super high powered LPSY. So it's even more powerful Wyckoff model 2. Here it is. So let's see if we hit our full. Oh, there might be one more trade here, fellas. Look at this. So we never came back for this IFEG POI. So we're going to short off this inversion now. So I'm going to short here. Just cover like half the candle body like this. Now run for this low. 3R. Let's see. Bang. 3R. that was one of the cooler trades I think I might have ever seen, guys. And we literally we traded it backtesting, right? Like just I go through these models how I would want to trade them as my highest version. So this trade never came back for its IFVG POI. And that is the fair value gap we invert to then go lower. Wow. New code unlocked, fellows. New code unlocked, gents. I think the game has just begun. I don't even think we've had the best entry triggers in the game for actually getting in sometimes. Wow. Okay. I have a lot more studying to do. I'm going to leave you guys there. It's been an honor to share this backtest with you guys. I might even release this publicly. You know, I actually just don't care. But Solari members, you guys have seen part 1 of this video. I might release this public, I'm not sure. But there was some keys in this video that I think unlocked for me. Maybe you took something from it as well. And yeah, the game has just begun. I've been CJ, and I'll see you in the next one.